All right, finding periods of trigonometric functions. Okay, we're going to work on G and I. Now, in order to do this, in order to find periods, you must know your mother functions. So like sine, cosine, cosecant, and secant, those are all mother functions. And their common period, their baseline period is 2 pi. And then the other two, tangent and cotangent, their baseline period is pi. So knowing these mother functions, being familiar with them, really helps with you finding periods. They are related to finding the period. So let's first look at the G. In a G, we have a 1 multiplying to the x. So there's not really that much work to be done here, because what you would do is you would take the number that's multiplying to x and divide pi, because it's tangent, you divide pi by the 1. And that should be your period for this function. That was really simple. I is there's a little bit more work, because seeing what is multiplying to x could be hard for some. So I see it. It is a pi over 2. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to factor that out. And this is a good skill to have, to factor out the number that's multiplying to the x, because it helps you do transformations a lot more with ease if you can do that. So if I divide this guy by the x, or the pi over 2, then I'm going to divide the pi by pi over 2. This is what I would do. I would go pi divided by pi over 2. When you divide by a fraction, you multiply by the reciprocal. So I go pi times 2 over pi. And what's really cool here is the pi's cancel out and you're left with a 2. So I just put a 2 right there, and there you have it. I just rewrote the tangent function on I by taking out the number that is multiplying to the x. Okay, good skill to know. Do you really need it to find the period here? No, you don't need to do all this stuff, but it is a good skill to know, because now I know the horizontal shift, or the phase shift of this tangent function a lot more clearly. It's not pi, it's 2. It's actually a positive 2. But anyways, that's another video. So now I'm going to take pi and divide it by pi over 2. That's what you do. You take the mother function period and you divide it by the number that's multiplying to the x. And so to do that, I get 2. And I did it really fast, because we already did it up here. We did it up here for the phase shift number. And so we know that the period is 2 for I. Just for fun, let's rewrite f right here. F can be rewritten as cosecant 1/2 times x. 1/2 is a number that you would divide 2 pi by, because this is cosecant. For this one, for letter E, you take out the pi, and this is what you would get. For letter D, you would take out 2 pi over 3, and this is what you would get. And for each of these, the mother function says that the normal period is 2 pi, so you're going to take 2 pi and divide it by each of those. So you would take 2 pi divided by that, 2 pi divided by that, 2 pi divided by that, and that's what you're going to do to find the period for each of those.